Welcome back and thank you for keeping it with us. And we go right to the next one, where environmentalists once again stage protests against the construction of a Bomas of Kenya infrastructure facility within the Nairobi National Park. The protest was done days after they were barred from a site visit conducted by the Lands Court. As Bentura Kwamboka reports, conservationists warn against further encroachment, saying that they would threaten wildlife security.
They came with placards, hand in hand, forming a human chain to protect what can speak for itself, the Nairobi National Park. Environmentalists and conservationists assembled in front of the park and the Bomas of Kenya to protest what they call the illegal encroachment of over 75 acres of the park by the Kenya Wildlife Service.
We are very against this new development because it means we are losing further land from our national park in Nairobi that's under severe strain. We've already lost 5% of the park in the last decade from projects like the Standard Gauge Railway, the Southern Bypass, the Internal Container Depot Road, and now we're going to lose another 80 acres of the park for this new development.
The protesters are opposed to the relocation of the animal orphanage to create a parking facility for the Bomas of Kenya.
We were blocked from being able to confirm the facts on the ground, which is very unfortunate. I think it was an act of undermining the court's orders and has shown once again, as we've seen over the last 3 months, that the Kenya Wildlife Service is not interested in transparency. It is not interested in public participation. They're clearly trying to push ahead with this project with a very ulterior motive in mind.
They accuse the Kenya Wildlife Service of having ulterior motives and a lack of transparency during public participation.
Most of the consultations KWS did was with their own internal staff. They had one public meeting which was poorly advertised. Most stakeholders were not even aware of the meeting. They heard by word of mouth and tried to attend. So all we knew about the project was what's presented during the meeting. No documents, designs, other information about this project was shared in a way that allowed stakeholders to read, analyze and submit valuable comments on the thing.
They are further imploring the court to extend its orders to halt further construction activities within the park.
Stop orders only are valid till 30th of July. So we implore the courts to extend those court orders just to make sure that until this case is heard and determined, there's no damage to the national park. We don't lose natural habitat in a way that's irreversible.
For decades, Nairobi National Park has survived encroachment of roads, railways and urban sprawl. The one that losing another 75 acres threatens wildlife corridors and the very idea of a national park within the city. Bentura Kwamboka, KTN.
The railways